great beer, great food, bring in as many rare to find beers, some local beers, and go from there. But at the same time, Chris hurt his back. And not a lot of people know this because we kept it pretty on the down.
Hi everyone, welcome to Great Beer Adventure. Amanda here. So I have another advisory for you. This show is from our second interview ever. This is our last little recording that we pre-did. The audio has its flaws, but our guest is amazing. Jen Lively normally shies away from the limelight, but she sat down with us and shared info into the inner workings of Lively Brewing. We were sitting in a side room at Ebenezer's Brew Pub in Brunswick, Maine. There are brew pub noises throughout and a slight echo from all the windows around us, but I tried my best to fix it all up for you. We took a few pictures while we were there, so be sure to head over to Instagram to check those out. We can be found at Great Beer Women. After our special series on the ingredients of beer, which starts next week, we are thinking of doing bios of the local breweries intermixed with the various themes we plan on bringing your way. What do you think? Are you interested in learning more about all of these great breweries from Maine? Go over to greatbeeradventure.com/005 and leave us a comment to tell us your thoughts. Also, make sure you listen to the end, where we will start doing some shout-outs to you, our listeners. We'll also give you information on how you can get a shout-out. Now, let's get this show going and learn a little bit more about Lively Brewing up in Brunswick. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Great Beer Adventure. Today we are here at Lively Brewing. I guess it's actually Ebenezer's Brew Pub with Lively Brewing.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Lively Brewing is on premises.
And we are here today with Jen. And would you mind introducing yourself to us?
I'm Jen Lively. I'm Chris Lively's wife and co-conspirator of Lively Brewing and Ebenezer's Brew Pub and Ebenezer's Pub. I'm the background girl that's actually speaking. I'm anomaly of speaking right now out in the public.
We are so happy that you have decided to step up and do this with us. We're really excited to have your point of view on this. And I just want to mention that Ebenezer's is up in Lovell.
Correct.
Yes. And we're in Brunswick right now.
We're in Brunswick at the Brew Pub.
So we're going to move right along to the very first round. And who's going to grab that?
That would be me. That would be the tasting round. And Jen, could you tell us what first up in our tasting tonight?
Today we're tasting, the first one I picked is Lively Rye, which is a winter saison. And that's that one right there, yeah.
Well, it has a beautiful copper color. Is that the right description of it? With like a reddish tint to it. Has just a tiny little head on it. Is that the intent of this style of this beer, is for it to come out like that? Or we can just skip the technicalities and move right into sipping it and smelling it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. You notice that nice, fresh, like spicy.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
The aroma's nice.
I do smell the rum.
And
Which
raisin.
And
raison.
Raison and the saison.
And it does have a little bit of that, you can taste the dry finish, but there's a little tartness there at the end too.
That is so nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful finish.
Yeah.
It is a little tart, but not bitter, not back of your throat numbing kind of thing. It's very delicious.
You mentioned rum. Is it have rum in it?
No. I think it's just a flavor that's in the description. That you can feel that little bit of that alcohol.
Yeah, it's a little hot. It's not.
Yeah.
There's some beers that you drink that are just they are
Yeah.
burn your mouth.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so hot. But this
You
one's
don't
not
really, I
bad.
think, necessarily want that.
No, right, not so much.
It's very drinkable.
Very
Um,
drinkable.
You know, I could just see myself sitting down and enjoying a nice, quiet evening, sipping on this lively rye. Sounds pretty tempting to me.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's kind of warming. It's a warming like inside as you're drinking it. You're like, yeah, nice spring evening.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's a winter saison though.
It
so
actually is, but it's or at least the description of it is. Yeah.
here in Maine though, winter spring
Pretty
is until about
Winter's
July.
Yeah, it's
So
like 9
winter's
months
about
of
10
it,
months
so
long,
really-
so
Yeah.
we might as well say it's a year-round beer in Maine.
There we go.
In Maine, I picked this beer because I feel like it's one of the best beers we've actually brewed. And I don't know, it doesn't actually have a name. It's just rye, lively rye. And I don't know if it's necessarily gotten much recognition compared to others, maybe because we didn't do artwork for it. But it's a beautiful beer in my opinion. So that's why I did pick it.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
and
thank you.
I'm going to want to know more about that artwork here in a little bit. What is the next beer we've got?
So the next one is the Nami. We're doing 3, I guess. If that's okay. So Nami, and that means yummy in Flemish. Yummy.
Oh,
And it's a Belgian IPA. So you have your Belgian yeast, and then you got the big American hop profile in it.
Well, this has got a golden color to it as opposed to more copper that the lively rye has. And Nami, I love that name. Looks really pretty. Now I'm going to go in for the taste. Like a citrusy. I get the grapefruit.
yeah.
Definitely get that grapefruit. That's delicious.
That is fantastic.
Definitely tastes like there's some of the sugar that's in the Belgian.
The candy sugar.
The candy sugar, yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that.
Yeah, but it definitely has a big hop.
Yes.
And it's called, it's
Nami.
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 N-J-A-M-M-I-E. I love it.
Yummy. And it is.
It is quite yummy.
It's
Very yummy.
Very drinkable.
Very, very
Very
yummy.
aptly named. Nami.
It's very happy.
And does this one have art that goes
This
with it?
one, excuse me, this one is also one that doesn't have art just yet.
Okay.
Some of these are first brews, and then we go from there. So,
That's exciting.
Both of them are very delicious, yet totally different styles and types of beer, but very well balanced. That's what I see between the two beers.
do you enjoy IPAs? Is that what for ladies, or what are your styles that you enjoy? I mean, what do you drink? What do you
I
go
like-
to? Is it?
Recently, I've had IPAs like
Yeah.
this that I really do like, as opposed to the ones that are more bitter. I love these sorts
That's
of
very
IPAs.
This
kind
is
of.
The
really
balance, yeah.
It's a nice balance. You
It
don't
is
like
well
that bitter
balanced.
overly.
No, I don't like that bitter
Yeah.
over.
Because it's really in the front, and in the end, it is very easy.
It is very easy. Would you say this is sort of a summery beer? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Spring, summer. I mean, for me, I think especially nowadays, IPAs are all the time beers, but
Definitely.
absolutely, I mean, it's anytime beer, but it's more of it's great summer beer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I really enjoy how the candy sugar plays off of the hops. It's a very interesting collab. Yeah, it's very balanced, very balanced.
Very balanced.
And it took me a while to get into IPAs.
It takes time.
It does, but this one I think would be amazing to start dipping your toes in the
you
water.
could exactly,
definitely.
exactly. But you really, I mean, if you smell that,
It smells.
I mean, you really get that
Yeah.
pungent,
Yeah.
citrus, dank hop, but it's not that overly bitter at the end where you're just looking for water. Or
Right, yeah.
exactly.
There's a little bit of as you're swallowing it, there's a little bit of the drying,
Yeah.
but it's
But
not
it's-
where it feels in the back of your
Exactly.
throat.
You're
You're
like,
like,
exactly. So you're right. I mean, especially if someone who's just getting into IPAs, this is a great choice. For us, we're always trying to get people to push their palates, and that's by just putting that beer in your mouth and swallowing it around and holding it there and just doing it a few times, it's amazing how quickly your palate can grow. It's really
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
I must say, you are a girl after my own heart. On my first episode, I broke the rules and I brought 3 beers to the table as well. So
the last one, which is kind of a specialty one, I have so many actually I wish I could share with you. But this one that we have on draft right now, which is actually pretty rare to have on draft, is our Filthy Rich. And Filthy Rich is our first stout. First of all, it's our first stout that we've brewed, and it's a big stout. Chris and I and Rich, who's our brewer, had a lot of fun with this beer. We picked some Italian coffee that is one of my favorite coffees, and we put it in there, and some cocoa nibs, some vanilla, and what I love about this beer, and I don't know how much stouts. First of all,
I'm a stout
it's a
girl.
big stout. It's 11.4, not easy necessarily to do, but then to do that's not cloyingly sweet. And now, if you taste this, it's just dry, smooth, full flavor, but doesn't have that icky sweetness that, for me, I don't care for. And it's smooth for 11 minutes. 11.
It is.
this
Very
would
much
be
so.
one where
It
you would
is.
expect to get that really hot flavor,
that burning.
and it's not there.
It isn't.
It's a beautiful beer.
You're
is.
absolutely right. This is
Wonderful beer.
In all honesty, stouts are not my first go-to.
Yeah.
But this could change my mind.
Yes.
It's dessert in a
It's
glass.
yeah.
It really is.
It is.
It's that coffee
Liquid.
after your dinner. Like this. No, I don't want coffee. I want.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I'm really
very-
proud. It's gotten some really nice ratings on Beer
see why.
Advocate, and so this is our first stout that we're really, and it is Filthy Rich.
It is.
Now, this is the
is.
reason I keep asking about the art, because the art for this beer is kind of epic, and you're involved.
It was a nice surprise. I had no idea. Chris had first the name Filthy Rich, which is perfect. Rich is our brewer, and we wanted it to be a decadent beer. And then he chose to put our dog and me on the cover riding the dog with a diamond collar and I don't know what else, a flag, and so I'm not quite sure what that's all about.
I think
but-
you might even be in a gold bikini or something.
some kind of bustier or something, which I've never worn in my life. The only thing I actually had wished for was that I looked a little more hostile in it. But if you're gonna go all the way, you might as well go all the way.
That's true. Bring a spear or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Jen, you're far from hostile looking.
There's something I was gonna say. I mean, the flavor of this is just pretty amazing, and
It really is.
Yeah.
It's complex but not overwhelming, and it's so
Different flavors seem to come out too. The linger. What am I trying to say? The
Aftertaste?
Aftertaste.
Yeah.
I mean that in a positive way.
Yeah.
It seems like there's different undertones that are coming out.
Yeah, that's and the
There's
smell.
so
is,
much
the
going.
smell
There's
is
so much
is
going on
pure
in
to
this
me.
beer.
Coffee and chocolate and
yes.
and I don't know if
aroma.
our listeners cannot see this, but you are cupping it as you're warming it, because the flavors change as it gets warm.
It gets warm, and really, I mean, this is the type of beer that you want to be able to get those flavors. You know, unlike maybe the Nami that we just had, you want that a little colder. It already has big flavor.
Yeah.
This, you know, the warming up of it will create a little more of that, and get that warmth and the flavors in it. And I mean, that's how you want this type of beer. You want. It's probably the best by the time you're at the end, and it's at room temperature. Really, I don't know if you've ever had that with the stout.
Yes.
Is that why some beer is served in a stemmed glass so that you can warm it? You can warm it with your hands to bring it to the correct temperature.
Exactly.
You have children. I have children. I've had many drinks that are warm by the time I'm done with them. You open one, and then you have 10 million things to do, and by the time you actually get to finish,